Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and checking out your girl. If you were here, you were probably inspired by the whole Rihanna look that she did a couple years back. Honestly, this look is so timeless and I am so happy that I finally got the chance to do it. But oh my god, when I did, I got so many questions. How were you able to achieve it? What hair did you use? How did you make it look so natural? Is it heavy? How long did it take? So many questions. So I was like, you know what, it's better for me to just come on here and just kind of let y'all know everything that I did and obviously show you how I did it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But before we get right into it, make sure you guys like this video. That's our little communication thing here, okay? Like the video so that I can know that either you guys just like seeing my face because I'm so pretty, or you just actually like the video, like you actually got a lot of stuff out of the video and you know, I helped you out. Okay, subscribe if you haven't already. Join the family. Okay, we're growing slowly but surely. Join the family, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So basically for each lock you're going to be needing 4 strands of Marley hair. You're going to need shine and jam. You're going to need a styling brush or a toothbrush, whatever you need to sleek your hair down. You're also going to need scissors, and you're going to need a lighter just in case. So the first thing I'm going to be starting with is my shine and jam. I'm just going to take a little bit of this. This kind of acts like a holding type of gel. I always use this when I'm braiding, whether it's my hair, whether it's a client's hair. I always just have this handy because it just works so well. But what I'm going to do is basically just take some of that gel, and I'm just going to sleek my hair down, especially at the roots. Then you can take your little mini toothbrush thingy and just kind of sleek that down. Yeah, just to kind of hold everything in place. I made my sections very big. As you can see, I don't have that many locks in my hair, maybe about 20. I wanted to make sure that I evenly kind of distributed the locks because they're so big. You can see how thick these strands are. If I had way more locks than I do right now, it would look massive. It would look just too much, and I wanted to be able to like maneuver it very, very effortlessly and not have it be too heavy. So that's why I made my partings very big. Once everything is kind of gathered at the root, then I'm going to be taking 2 strands of Marley hair. Now this is what I did to basically elongate my locks. So if you would take 1 strand, right, you would basically have this much room to wrap around, and this would be the length of your lock, right? As you can see right here, this would be the length of my lock. But I wanted it to be longer, obviously. As you can see, the length, it's a lot longer than this actual length right here. So what I did was basically just take 2 locks, and I would basically cross them over, and this would be 1 strand. Now you can see how that just kind of elongated it all the way. So now that I have this, I'm just gonna gather my entire hair. Your base or the foundation of the lock, it does not have to be perfect at all. You don't have to be perfect at braiding. You don't even have to do a braid. Just do a twist if you want. Anything that you're comfortable with. But as soon as you get to the bottom of where your hair reaches, just stop. If your hair stops right here, then you can stop and then just start wrapping. Another reason why I use Marley hair as my foundation braid thingy is basically because towards the end I'm gonna be using some of this pieces to eventually wrap and kind of seal my entire thing. Now you can use synthetic braiding hair, you can use expression hair, but I just kind of wanted to use this because I'd be able to wrap it and elongate and make it even longer, because I'd be able to use my base braid to basically wrap it as well. If you use Kanekaleon or synthetic or expression hair, you won't be able to use the actual hair that you're using to braid to wrap because they're 2 different textures. Do you know what I mean? So I just kind of played it safe and just went with this. If you use synthetic or expression hair, then you can definitely just use 4 packs of Marley hair. But because I'm also using the Marley hair to braid as well and create my base, I used about 7 packs of hair. So yeah, once you've braided that up, your foundation is tight. So now what we're going to be doing is wrapping. So I'm going to be wrapping with 2 strands. So you kind of see how it comes kind of clumped together. You want to be able to basically just separate that. So this is what like the end looks like. You want to scatter that. You don't want it to look, individualized. Just tatter it up a little. This is what it comes like, and this is what you actually want it to look like. So when you wrap, it just kind of, everything just kind of melts together. As you can see, rather than here, it looks individualized. So we're gonna do that to both of the strands. And now we're just gonna start wrapping. This is probably the easiest step, I'm not gonna lie to you. But what you wanna do is kind of leave a little bit out. This is kind of gonna be like your little anchor. It's gonna, you know, kind of hold everything in place. There's not much to it. You just start wrapping. But you wanna make sure that you wrap the root a couple times because you don't want that braid to show. Whether it's now, whether it's eventually, you don't want that braid to show at all. You want it to look very natural at the root without the braid showing. So just kind of wrap it. You don't have to be tight. You don't have to be precise. Just wrap it. The fluffier, the better. Honestly, it's a part of the look. Now, this is honestly even too neat for me. So what I'm going to do is just kind of fluff everything, kind of go over it and like make everything jagged like that. And then we're going to take the second one and I'm going to anchor it as well so it doesn't move around. So I'm going to take this part, the end piece, just hold it down. And I'm going to take this one, anchor it, and keep wrapping. And you want to make sure that when you start wrapping this one, you kind of overlap some of the wrapping that you did here. So this is where the wrapping ends and this is where I'm going to start. Okay, so you want to wrap, just overlap it a little bit so that you can make sure it does not come undone at all. So I'm just gonna wrap that all the way. I want it to be a little bit longer than this. So I'm gonna take my base braid and I have the other strand right here and I'm just gonna keep wrapping. Overlap the previous strand that we were wrapping with and just keep wrapping. So basically now that we're at the end, this is our remaining end piece from the base braid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of that and I'm gonna start wrapping it upwards. And now if you have like little scraggly pieces that were just hanging around, you can just take a little bit of that. You can see it's like a very tiny, like almost fiber-like pieces. And I'm just gonna take that and wrap it exactly where I ended at. And this is almost like a thread that you're using to kind of secure everything and just keep everything in place because now it's not going to move around. What you're gonna do now, if you have any end pieces like this, you're just gonna take your scissors and cut that off. And then for some extra security, what I like to do is just take my lighter and just kind of let that melt a little bit. And I'm going to take my finger and push that in to create like that stub, like, you know how dreads have those little stubs? That's what I want it to look like. So just kind of mold that a little bit. And once it basically cools down, it's gonna harden and stay exactly the way you made it. That is basically it for our locks. So if you are able to do one of them, you're able to do your entire head. Just in case you're curious, it is not heavy at all. I'm able to put this in a bun. I'm able to throw it around, and if you don't wrap it too tightly, it's going to be able to move freely. You can maneuver it, you can put it in a bun, you can do all types of different hairstyles with it. It took me about 5 hours to do it, but when I was doing it with my little sister. We actually ended up doing the same hairstyle, and we were kind of playing around the whole time we were doing it, so it took a lot longer than it should have. But if you are by yourself and you have no distractions at all, it should probably only take you maybe 4 hours at most. Then again, my sister is a beginner. She literally does not braid, she does not twist, none of that, and she was able to do her entire head by herself. So if my sister can do it, girl, this is motivation for me to you that you can do it as well. You know, it's just such a free hairstyle. I really love it. I hope you guys loved it too. And as always, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it and if you were able to take something out of this. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Join the family, okay? Be a part of my little community, okay? We're growing. But yeah, I will definitely see you guys in my next video. Bye.